Okay, folks, welcome back. Last episode, we just finished off the game's third dungeon, and we managed to snag ourselves the third spiritual stone, Zora's Sapphire, also known as the Zora's Engagement Ring. I'm not sure what we may have inadvertently got ourselves wrapped up in with regards to our now apparent betrothment to Princess Rudo. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But anyway, I ended off last week's episode by saying that now we've completed the first immediate quest that Zelda sent us off on. So we should return to Hyrule Castle and let her know what's going on with that, and see where to progress from there. Before we do that, though, we're going to do a bunch of things along the way. Now, first of all, now that we've got the boomerang, there's something that we can actually do in this immediate area here that we weren't able to do before. First, what we want to do here, actually in this very spot, we want to quickly turn it to night. And the reason why will become immediately obvious. As we've also covered before, sometimes there are certain gold skulltulas that only appear at nighttime. There is a golden skulltula right over here, as it happens, but we couldn't get it before because we didn't have the boomerang. Now that we do, we're able to retrieve the token. So you can see if we walk up on this log here, right, we would have been able to have reached it here with our slingshot, or we wouldn't have been able to have gotten the token. Kill it with a slingshot, get the token with the boomerang, just like so. I think that's all we really needed it to be night for, so why don't we just switch it back to day again? I just prefer it while it's day. It's just, with the light out, it's easier to see. Alright, so we've got that taken care of. Let's make our way back into Zora's domain. Look at that, Princess Rudo is here now, reunited with her father. Did my most precious possession help you in your quest? Hee hee. Not yet, but it's about to. And remember to talk to King Zora. We have to be standing on the pedestal as a sign of royal respect. So let's see what he's got to say now that we rescued his daughter here. Oh, Jordan. So you saved the princess, eh? I really appreciate it. Oh, really appreciate it, eh? Oh, thanks. Jesus. I guess that's just gonna have to be its own reward, huh? Yeah, too bad I can't pay my rent and really appreciate it. I don't recall that there's anything else I can do here in Zora's domain for the time being. So we're going to make our way out down Zora's River. And what we're going to do here is actually we're going to purposely jump down in the river so that we can quickly make our way all the way back up to the southernmost point, which is the entranceway to, connecting it to Hyrule Field. We're not going to exit out into Hyrule Field, though. We want to go this way because we want to reconnect with our friend, the Magic Bean Salesman. And we'll get some more Magic Beans off of him while we've got the rupees and happen to be here in the area. Jump. We have the legendary Magic Beans. Again, you'll remember he claims that they get rarer the more you buy and keeps jacking the price up. I'll sell them only to you. Super price, 80 rupees for one piece. Alright. It's getting pretty steep now. The Magic Bean, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we know all about that. Okay. So, what I want to do now is actually immediately retrace my steps back up the river. I, pointed out previously where there was a warp point that we were now able to utilize by virtue of the fact that we at that point had finally obtained the silver scale. But we never actually went that route. now we're actually going to do so. Which reminds me, I should re-equip my bombs. Really don't need the ocarina out right now. And the warp is right here, right by the entrance to Zora's Domain. So if you hop in here, and now we can dive down and through this little entranceway here. Oh, look at that. Warps us right back to the Lost Woods. And how about that? There's even some rupees down here at the bottom that we can dive for as well. Looks like they're all just green rupees, so it's not really worth our time. But anyway, the reason we wanted to take the quick warp back this way is because there's also a quick warp right out this way to Goron City. First, I just want to take a quick moment here to cut down some of this grass, and I'm going to quickly empty one of my bottles so that I can grab one of these bugs. Because while we're here, we're going to take advantage of the fact that we're back in the forest to start planting some of the beans that we've been collecting along the way. And you'll recall that my initial explanation was that how there's here, you know what, I'm gonna once again turn this back to daytime. Oops. Missed a note there. Oh yeah, so yeah, anyway, yeah, I was saying before how there's with exception to the bean bed that's right next to the Magic Bean Salesman, there is a Gold Skulltula hiding in every single bean bed. And you can scare them out with bugs. So what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to drop my bugs, and then I'm quickly going to reuse the bottle again so that I can capture one of those bugs back in so I can reuse it again. And the other bugs will bury themselves into the hole. And you'll see, just like that, the Gold Skulltula that was hiding in there gets driven out. So now we can kill it, capture the token, and now we will plant our magic bean in that bed. And that way, if we encounter that bean bed again, we will use that as our own personal indication that we have already driven out the Gold Skulltula, so we don't have to think about, did I get that Gold Skulltula or not? I don't remember doing it before. As long as we stick to the system, we will always be able to remember that we got the Gold Skulltula token because there is a magic bean clearly having been planted there. Alright, so we got the one there in the forest. Now if we go this way, come around this way, remember there's our friend the Skull Kid. We'll come around this way, and here is another bean bed hiding right here. So we'll do the same thing we did before. Drop our bugs, and again, I outlined this before once too, how every time you capture a bug, it somehow magically turns into 3 again. So you can just keep perpetually doing this technique, dropping 3, capturing 1, and then they turn into 3 again, that you can just keep recapturing and reusing like that. It's a convenient mechanic there. Alright, we got that token, and plant a magic bean here. And then there's one more spot in the Lost Woods where there's another bean bed. And that is located in the same area as where we would find the hidden entrance to the forest stage. Remember that area in the tall grass where you gotta go and there's a hidden hole, you drop down into it and then you can wear masks, and there are those Deku scrubs down there that, depending on the mask you wear, will sometimes give you a reward. Right here. Now, first we gotta scare away this or at least get that business scrub to leave us alone. I'm not going to bother even talking to this guy. I'm just going to bounce his thing back so that he stops attacking me. And rinse and repeat. Drop the bugs. Quickly recapture at least one of them before they all get buried or scurry off. Drop the sword, wait for the Golden Skulltula to help out. Oops. No, I don't actually want that. Okay. I just want the token. Thank you. And then plant another bean. Alright. Now, we can return to the portal that will return us to Goron City. Around the corner here. And here we go. It might seem a little disorienting how I'm doing that, so try to pay as close attention as you possibly can. And at the very least, try to get some practice doing it yourself so that you just get familiarized with the area a little bit better. Okay, now I don't think there's anything else for us to do here actually in Goron City that we haven't already done. But we didn't come this way to actually go to Goron City anyway. We came this way because we want to come up Death Mountain Trail. And we want to do this for a number of reasons. First of all, up here now, we already blew up that wall. But there's going to be another wall up ahead that we didn't bomb, and that was because there's a Gold Skulltula hiding in there. But again, it's kind of high up on the wall, as was the case with a number of them that we've encountered so far. We needed the boomerang in order to actually retrieve it. Now we have it, so we can do so. First, though, before we even get that far, you may remember that there is another beanbed location right in the mouth of the entrance to Dodongo's Cavern. So, once again, drop our bottle bugs. Quickly recapture one. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 That was close. Those first two buried themselves surprisingly quickly. Luckily, we got that third one before it ran off. Alrighty, and then plant another bean. Alright, good stuff. I think we're done planting beans just for now, so we can bring out our bombs, our slingshot, and our boomerang. Come back down this way. Take out these red tektites. I don't recall that we even read the description for the red tektites the first time we encountered them, but according to this, it looks like there's nothing really interesting to read here anyway. I just remembered that the other day when I was thinking about how our first playthrough of Zora's River, and we encountered blue tektites for the first time, and I was reading Navi's description, and I was like, did I even do that with the red tektites? But anyway, so here's that other wall that we didn't bomb last we were here, so now we can bomb that wall and get the Gold Skulltula that's inside. I'm not sure whether or not this Gold Skulltula appears at daytime or not. You'd think that it would, because it's like in an enclosed area. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure about that. Anyway. Again, obvious statement to make, but if you go in there and the Gold Skulltula is not there, just whip out your ocarina and turn it to nighttime. It should definitely be there then. I think he appears during the day. Now we can continue our way down here. And what we can do that we couldn't do before here is, again, we'll make our way back to the graveyard, and there's a couple more Gold Skulltula tokens that we can get in here now that we couldn't before. One of them I already pointed out was high up on the back wall. So we come back this way. It was when we were doing the heart-pounding grave digging tour. I pointed out that you can hear the Gold Skulltula making its telltale sound up there, but we couldn't reach it. Now we can. Once again, thanks to our handy boomerang. And the second one is located in another beanbed location back here. I can't remember if I pointed out that there was a beanbed located here or not. But at any rate, there is. Right here. So, once again, do the bottle bugs quickly, catch one. Make our way back. Get the Gold Skulltula token. Plant our magic bean. Excellent. Okie doke. And now we'll turn it back to day. Sorry, that was like a pregnant I was just trying to think of what I wanted to do next, because I'm trying to make this as efficient as I possibly can for the sake of the video and saving time. Try to get everything as in order and as is possible, and reduce to the best of my ability the amount of backtracking that we need to do. Okay, let me check. How many tokens do we have now? Look at that. We've got 30, which means the last time we visited the House of Skulltula, we were only able to have freed one of the children from the curse, but now we will have freed the second and the third one. I think this was the first one that we spoke to last time. Please save my other brothers too. I'm sure they will give you something a lot better. Yeah. Will you do it? Yeah. So I think now this is the second one, I think, that it was freed. So let's talk to him. The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. Ooh, that's cool. You obtain the Stone of Agony. If you equip a rumble pack, it will react to nearby secrets. And if you pay close attention, you'll even notice that the Stone of Agony is shaped like an actual rumble pack in the real world. So yeah, this is neat. If you have a rumble pack and you plug it into your controller, as it says, when you're near hidden secrets, it will rumble, and it's kind of interesting because it's only really occurs in situations where there's no reason for it to be rumbling otherwise. It's like, you know, I'm not in the middle of a fight, I'm not falling or sustaining damage or anything. There's no reason for the controller to be rumbling, but it is for some reason. So that's your indication that there's a hidden secret there. Now, I actually do own a rumble pack, but I'm not going to bother with that because I know where the pertinent secrets are anyway, as I'll point them out to you. Though it's interesting that if you play this on another platform, such as the GameCube, with a rumble feature already built into the controller, obviously you don't need to be equipping a rumble pack. It'll just activate that rumble feature, so you'll start feeling the rumble sensation whenever you're near a secret. But and here is the third Skulltula child. This is the really good one. The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. Oh, that is so awesome. You got a giant's wallet. What a huge wallet. Now you can carry up to 500 rupees. That is awesome. That is so fantastic. And now that we have that, you may recall that I was speaking about needing a specific item with regards to our old trading chain. Remember the mask trading chain? We were trying to trade these masks, find some people in the world to buy the masks, and then we bring the money back to the Happy Mask shop. And I made mention of the fact that we got this part in the chain, but now we couldn't progress any further because the bunny hood, our current mask that we've got, the character that we have to trade him to doesn't even appear in the game until we obtain a certain item. Well, that certain item was the Giant's Wallet. Now that we have the Giant's Wallet, that character will finally appear in the game, and he appears out here in Hyrule Field, running around in circles. While we're in Hyrule Field, though, before we get to that, let's make our way over here to Hyrule Castle first, because this is where the princess is located, obviously, and it seems to be en route, so why not? But this is interesting, though. Look at this. The drawbridge is up, and the torches are lit during the daytime. What's that all about? We can't even get in? Whoa, look at this. Cutscene triggered. Uh-oh. Ooh. Thunder and lightning. Ooh, and darkening skies. This can't be good. Oh, but wait a minute now, with the rain coming down and this camera angle, this looks strangely familiar, doesn't it? Oh. Oh, out of the way. Zelda. An Impa. Huh. Whoa! It's just like our dream in the very beginning of the game. Intriguing. Arg, I lost her. You, over there, little kid. You must have seen the white horse gallop past just now. Which way did it go? Answer me. So, you think you can protect them from me? You've got guts, kid. Oh, no. You want a piece of me? Very funny. I like your attitude. Oh, shit's about to get real. Oh, dang. Well, that's intimidating. Pathetic little fool. Do you realize who you're dealing with? I am Ganondorf, and soon I will rule the world. Ooh. I like him. Now, isn't that interesting? Apparently that dream we were having in the very beginning of the game was apparently a premonition of this moment. So what's that all about? Well, hang on now. Remember when Zelda passed us by, she threw something in the moat, didn't she? Oh, look at that. Now he's pointing something out to us. What's that? Well, let's find out. We jump right in, and then we can dive down and grab it. We found the Ocarina of Time! This is the royal family's hidden treasure, which Zelda left behind. It glows with a mystical light. How about that? The game's namesake. We actually found it. Why did Zelda throw that in the moat for us to find? Jordan, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. Jordan, when you hold this ocarina in your hand, I won't be around anymore. I wanted to wait for you, but I couldn't delay any longer. At least I could leave you the ocarina and this melody. This song opens the door of time. Okay, so we'll just play those notes. It's been a while since we learned a new song. You've learned the Song of Time. Now, Jordan, play this melody in front of the altar in the Temple of Time. You must protect the Triforce. Wow. Well, we visited the Temple of Time very briefly, but there wasn't really anything to see there. Except if you'll recall, at the Altar of Time, there was what looked like a wall that couldn't be moved, a big stone door almost. And then before it, the pedestal that she's talking about had these 3 spots that made direct reference to 3 spiritual stones. So presumably they're the ones that we have in our inventory now that Zelda's been having us chase around. But she didn't explain to us what it was even all about. We just now have this cryptic instruction to go to the Temple of Time and play that song that we just learned. So that is going to be our next long-term objective. But before we get to that point, we've got a whole slew of other things that we can get to first. So what I'm going to do first is make my way back to Zora's River. The reason for that is because now we've got a new song that we didn't know before. And remember, one thing that we were doing while we were last at, well, not last at Zora's River. Actually, it was the first time we visited the river. You'll remember there was that frog chorus. If you stand on that particular log and take out your ocarina. Oh, and incidentally, you'll notice in our icons up top there, our fairy ocarina has now been replaced with the Ocarina of Time. What happened to the fairy ocarina? I don't know. We just ditched it or something? I don't know. I hope that's not what we did. That seems rather callous. Saria gave us that ocarina. I like to think that it's just in our magic loot sack that we mysteriously managed to keep everything else hidden in. At any rate, we don't really need to be equipping 2 ocarinas, and it saves space in the menu, obviously. But anyway, what we can do now is... hang on, I'm just going to wait for it to turn to night, because again, I like it to be the day cycle. Let's just wait till we hear that wolf. There we go. Or coyote, whatever it is. Of course, this is Hyrule, so it's probably a Wolfos. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the same sound effect that they use, so... Anyway, we'll turn it back to the day. And now that we know the Song of Time, we can play it for our froggy friends. Now remember the 4 other songs that we played, each one turned one of those frogs giant. So now with this song, we'll be able to finally turn that 5th frog giant. There we go. Young lad, you play the ocarina well. That melody is so fine. Okay, he says everything that he said before again. Another purple rupee. That's alright. Now, check this out. Now that they're all big, we can do something that we couldn't do before. We pull out our ocarina. Oh, okay, never mind. I kind of jumped the gun on that. I thought that we could do... There is something else that we can do with them, but apparently it's not until we do something else, which, again, I don't want to spoil it, so we'll just come back to it at the later point there. When you press B to exit out, dong! Alright. Not to spoil it entirely, but there actually is going to be another song that we're going to need to come back and play, and we'll be able to do a couple more things and get a couple more rewards for them. But at any rate, we managed to get that extra purple rupee off of them, so that's nice. And while we're here, we may as well take the opportunity to buy another magic bean off this guy. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Do you want magic beans? They aren't cheap, but do you still want them? I can't let them go for less than 90 rupees a piece. Yes. Alright. So now that means that we've purchased a total of 9 magic beans, which means there's only one more we're going to have to come back to him at a later time to finally purchase, and then we'll have bought them all, and then he'll be sold out.